Welcome back to the Sports Desk Live here on YouTube. You are back. We are back for another episode of the weekly matchup show with the Jacksonville Jaguars with Mr. Move Them Chains. Of course, I am your guy, somewhat of a moderator and an assister in the conversation. Jacksonville born and raised here, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr. And I ain't gonna say that right now. What's up, my boy?
What's up, man? I'm just Rashad because we ain't moving no chains.
That was tough.
I'm just gonna be Rashad until we start moving some chains. How about that, y'all?
That was tough to hear, but hey, I can't be mad at you, man. I guess thank you. Before we get into it, thank you for everybody who's watching today. Appreciate all the love and the support. We're at 115 subscribers. This channel has been up almost 1 month. So we're very grateful for all the support, everybody who's tuned in and tuned out. So if you're watching us for the first time, give us a shot. Hopefully you'll rock with us here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit the bell, so you'll be notified for future content from the Sports Desk Live. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We do pre-recorded shows, we do live shows, and this is one of our shows because we are based out of Jacksonville, Florida, and the Jaguars are the home team. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Weekly Jacksonville Jaguars matchup show. Oh, man. Recap. Rashad, what you got, baby?
I'm going to be real quick. If y'all want a detailed recap of this game, we have about an hour and 10-minute show that we recorded on Tuesday. Y'all go back to that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to rehash that on this show. We trying to move on. That was just bad energy. We trying to recreate this energy that we had before the season started.
Yeah, man.
So if you want to know how we feel about that Texans game, please go back and listen to the last episode that we made about that on Tuesday. But It was bad. It was bad. That's the recap. The recap is that was bad. Bad. That's the recap.
Yeah. The show Rashad is referring to is the State of the Union of the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was a live stream. It was a live show. You can go back and watch that after you watch this episode here if you guys want to get a take on how we feel. So, I'm not going to do it either. Rashad's not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. This is a show to move on. It is a new week, Rashad. We're in week 4.
Yeah.
We are in London. We have the Atlanta Falcons on deck. Jaguars sitting at 1-2 right now. Back-to-back games over across the pond. This is big for the Jacksonville Jaguars over the next 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, Rashad. We got the key matchup on offense for this week's game.
Yeah, key matchup on offense for this game. Sam Laporta, he killed the Falcons last week. Mm-hmm. I believe he had 84 yards, like 9 catches and a touchdown. That sounds like to me that they have linebacker problems and they have safety problems. Mm-hmm. So you have one of the best tight ends in the league that you have not utilized to the point that you need to this point. Mm-hmm. So what better game to open this thing up for Evan Ingram but this game right here? Your run game has been consistent when you run the ball. Right. In the Chiefs game, they didn't really run the ball. I don't know why. They wanted to make that Trevor versus Mahomes, and that's not what it's about. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars versus whatever opponent that they play. Mm-hmm. And anybody who they play is going to be imperative that we run the ball. So we got to run the ball with ETN. When you do run the ball with them, usually good things happen. But the key matchup for this game is going to be Evan Ingram getting off. Yeah. That's going to be. If you can exploit a matchup, it's monkey see, monkey do all over the league. Mm-hmm. Once you find a matchup that you can exploit, please exploit it. If they have linebacker issues, if they have safety issues, please exploit this because he's one of the best tight ends in football right now anyway. Top 10 definitely for sure. You can't name 10 tight ends better than what this man is. He's actually a wide receiver in a tight end's body. So he's already a matchup issue. He should be the matchup of the week every week, if we're being honest, because he should be utilized in that way. But this week specifically, you got to utilize Evan Ingram, man.
Like you said, Rashad, the Falcons are not very well in the coverage of the passing game. Their linebackers struggle to cover. Their secondary is not one of the stronger units on their defense. So I just feel the total passing aspect overall is there for Jacksonville, but especially Evan Ingram. He was targeted 8 times last week against the Texans for 7 catches, 67 yards, no touchdowns. So he's going to be in position to impact this game. Listen, somebody like Evan Ingram, let's start the game with him. Let's get him a couple passes early. Let's get it going. Let's get the offensive tone set with Evan Ingram. You know, he's dependable. He can catch the ball. He don't have butterfingers of hands. I think we should use him to get it going because, like you said last week, the Falcons secondary and defense, they absolutely got torched. They got torched last week. All right. So I'm agreeing with you there. We'll definitely love to see Evan Ingram get his opportunities, eat more earlier in the game instead of forcing it to Ridley. I kind of feel like we've been forcing it up to Ridley. Now, I can't blame him based off the first half with the Lions. I mean, my God, who wasn't thinking like, geez, Louise, this is what it's going to be like? But we fell in love with that. But we got to remember, this is what, Calvin Ridley's 4th game? After 2 years.
So back in 2 years.
He's still trying to get it going. But somebody who's not still trying to get it going is Evan Ingram. He came up clutch last year late against the Jags. I remember that Jets game in the rain or the sleet or the snow or whatever. He was a monster in that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think this is a perfect opportunity to get Evan Ingram a little bit more going earlier in the offense instead of using him as somebody we got to catch up. Because that's what it's been for the last 2 weeks with Evan Ingram for sure.
Yeah. And actually, the Atlanta Falcons have good players in their secondary. I don't know what's been going on.
On the outside, they do.
Yeah. They have good players in the secondary, but they got exposed last week. So you only as good as what you are, but you got to get a lead, man. This year, the Jaguars got a lead in the first quarter of the Indy game. They won the game. And I think they've only had a lead when it was 3-0 in the first half with the Chiefs. They haven't had a lead since.
Wow.
Wow. They have been playing catch up basically the entire year. So let's get a lead. Let's start this game fast. If we start the game fast, I really believe you're going to see a different defense than what you've been seeing.
Right.
I think everybody's been complaining about the defense, complaining about how they played. But to me, the defense has been the strong suit of the whole team.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
They've done what they're supposed to do, but this offense is supposed to carry this team. So get a lead. Get a lead early. Jump on them. Make them quit. They already going somewhere that you used to go. You used to going to London. Yeah. They got to go all the way over there, get used to where they go stay, how they go practice. This is something that you should have the clear advantage when you go over there. So if you jump on them early, they'll quit.
I agree.
They'll quit. So jump on them early, man. Get a lead, man. This team for the past 2 years just won't start a game fast. I can't tell you a game that they started fast. I mean, really, since early in the season last year, they just don't start fast, man. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that's going on with Doug and Trevor where they can't get it fast. But this is the week to fix it. Fix it this week. Get back on track. And let's jump on these boys and see what'll happen, man. See what your defensive line can actually do when they know that you're gonna pass the ball.
Yeah, the thing is why we're so frustrated with the Jags, especially offensively, is because we have the talent. Yeah. We have the quarterback. We have the wide receivers. We have the tight end. We have the running backs. Offensive line is yay or nay, just depending on the matchup what they're going up against. But overall, you got the coaching and Doug Peterson. So you're right, Rashad. Why can't the Jags start fast? And one of the main reasons that I've seen is this set up play calling. And what I mean by that is you call a design of plays to set up for a bigger play. The NFL is not ran like that anymore. We've seen it for 3 straight weeks. Screen left, screen right, handoff, play action, dump, Okay, we've made it 4 or 5 plays down the field. Now let's take a shot to Zay Jones crossing over the field to the left-hand side. Let's take a shot to Calvin Ridley maybe on a double goal, and he's getting up for maybe. You got to get through 4 plays to take a shot to score points? That's not going to win you games in the NFL.
No.
It's going to get you behind, and you're going to be constantly coming from behind, trying to chase down the lead to get into position to win football games in the National Football League. That's just not the recipe. I need Doug and his coaching staff to adapt. So I agree with you. If the Jazz can come out here, I would love to see by 9:45, 5 minutes into the first quarter, if the Jazz get the ball first, it's 7-0 Jaguars.
Yeah. I mean, and like you said, it gives the whole team a different boost.
Yeah.
When your defense goes out there and they done scored a touchdown, hey, let's get this offense back the ball. Let's get them rolling. Yeah. But I mean, they haven't even had an opportunity. They've been on their heels the entire season. So let's see what we can do with the lead, man. Let's see what we can do with the lead. And speaking of this defense, for me, this key matchup on this defense is very obvious.
Yes.
It's one man.
Yeah.
Please stop this kid, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, please, somebody.
The entire defense.
Get a hand
I'm
on
talking
him.
about everybody. If you get in this game, the one person you need to be worried about is Bijan Robinson.
Got to touch him, man.
This kid right here, since he was at Texas.
He the real deal.
And I mean, the Atlanta Falcons do have a really good offensive line. They don't have a bad offensive line at all. They have a really good offensive line.
They don't.
But this kid, he make them way better than what they are. I mean, you miss a tackle with this kid, and it's a house call.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had an opportunity to get this kid down behind the line of scrimmage, do yourself a favor and do that, because Ritter's not going to beat you. He's just not.
He's not.
He's not going. They don't have the receiving core to beat you. But if you allow Bijan Robinson to get off, the one thing that's going to happen is that play action is going to open up.
Mm-hmm.
Once that play action start opening up, you are in danger, because now you're on your heels. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how to defend them anymore, because everything is open. But if you shut down that run and your offense is doing what they're supposed to do, now you can dial up some blitzes. Now you can dial up some run blitzes to where, hey, I'm trying to get to Bijan Robinson, but if he don't get the ball, I'm tackling whatever's in front of me when I get there.
Yep.
That's the kind of things you can do. I mean, people have been blaming the defensive coordinator. What is he supposed to do? He's not playing with a lead. Everything is working in the other offense's favor. So he's just trying to call a defense that's safe enough to where they're not getting beat over the top for something deep quickly, which hasn't really happened. It happened last week twice. But overall this year, it hasn't really happened. So he's just trying to call a safe game plan, which is what he did all of last year. And until that defensive line really can get off, he's probably going to have to start getting a little more aggressive. But what else do you want the man to do? So make him one-dimensional. Offense score points, make him one-dimensional. Let's jump on him and let's see what happens after that.
Yeah, this is a matchup favoring the Jaguars defense. And if we're being totally brutally honest about it, this defense have been one of the better defenses in the league thus far. But it's the typical formula. If they're out on the field way too long, they wear down. Go look at the tape. Anybody who's watching the show right now and you cringe at me saying the Jaguars have been one of the better defenses in the league, go look at the tape for the first half. Go look at the scores of these games in the first half and see what this defense has been doing to keep other offenses at bay. So, Bijan Robinson, absolutely. This kid is going to be a special talent. He is going to be in the Rams of like LaDainian Tomlinson and Reggie Bush and Darren Sproles and these guys who are just so dynamic coming out of the backfield that they're just a nightmare. Westbrook, just different. This is a different type of talent that this kid has, and it's obvious. But the rest of the offense, they just not like that. Desmond Ridder is a game manager at best. Sure, he's young enough and athletic enough to move his legs, catch you on a bootleg, catch you on the draw and keep. Yes, he can catch you on that. But you're talking about throwing outside of the numbers. They can't do it. They got Kyle Pitts out there for the Falcons that it seems like he's being misused. It seems like he was, or the coaching for the Falcons just don't believe in the quarterback or the system in place to open up the playbook to get Pitts the ball. And I hope this is not the week that they find out that they can get him the ball. So they have some dangerous pieces. The play action, Rashad hit it right on the money. But I'm believing in this Jaguars defense. I believe they make it very difficult for the Falcons and Desmond Ridder as long as the offense just does their part. It's going to be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah. Overall feel for this game, I don't have a good feeling.
Oh, whoa.
I don't because I don't know where the mindset of this team is. I don't think they're going to get blown out, but I don't have a good feeling about this game because this is one of them games where you can see Kyle Pitts start to get off. You know, it's like the Jaguars are the medicine for any team at any time when there's something they're ailing. They'll work on that on the Jaguars, and it'll look like all pro. And then it'll go back the next week with that same team back to what they normally are. I don't know what it is about the Jaguars. Everybody might feel like that about their team, but specifically with my team, I feel like we are the medicine for whatever is ailing another team. And Kyle Pitts is a beast. He is a beast that is waiting to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But you see him all the time running wide open, balls uphill, balls down there. Inconsistent quarterback play is what I feel like is holding Kyle Pitts back. But if he's running the ball, if Bijan Robinson is running the ball, and you forget about Pitts, that can be a house call too.
Absolutely.
So you got to make sure that you own your P's and Q's. But how you make sure you own your P's and Q's, you take Bijan Robinson out of the game by being able to score points. So your best defense in this game is going to be your offense. Because you can't run the ball down 17. You just cannot do it. You have to open this offense up. So that's going to be the thing. Devin Lloyd isn't playing in this game. I don't even think he traveled to London. But you have a capable backup in Chad Muma. This is going to be a big game for Chad Muma. You get a chance to get your hands on Bijan Robinson, make that tackle. Make that tackle initially, and we're going to be all right.
Good luck. That's easier said than done. That's easier said than done because this kid is dynamic. I second that overall feel for the game. Look, I think the Jaguar nation or Duval County, we're expecting for an explosion offensively, but I'm a big believer of what are my eyes been seeing, not what I think, but what my eyes have been seeing. I'm not confident in this play calling right now. I expect to be frustrated watching this game yet again offensively because we have this lull them to sleep style of an offense. And I just don't understand because when we're down big, we can do all the magic tricks in the world offensively, but you don't have a lead. See, it's vice versa for me. You start the game hot and heavy. You run the football. You get creative with the run. You get creative with the pass. You take your shots when you can take them. And then if you gain you a lead, then you can go swing left, swing right, line it up, traditional I form or single back or whatever it is that you want to do to continue to eat away at the clock. It's backwards for me with this offense. So I'm going to be sitting on my hands watching this offense and hoping that we can get together. Is Zay Jones back this week?
No.
He's out. Okay.
No.
Okay,
no,
I think they greatly missed Zay Jones last week. When you get to the 50-yard line of the opposing of the defensive territory on the field, Zay Jones just seems like he is the piece that Trevor relies on the most. It's like he can streak wide open. He can find his spots in the defense, and he's always been he's been reliable over the past 7 to 8 games, and he's still nursing his knee. so he won't be available in this game. So I think Trevor Lawrence is going to, hey, look around. Yeah, Christian Kirk, put him in position. Don't force it to Calvin. Get it to Evan Ingram, like we stated. And I just think this is another Trevor Lawrence game. Your team is 1-2. You start off 1-0. You wet the bed against the Chiefs. You piss the bed against the Texans. Now what's left? You gonna poop the bed against the Falcons?
I hope not.
So the overall feel for the game for me, the offensive play calling and Trevor Lawrence decision making when he drops back to pass. So that's my overall feel for this game.
Yeah, coaching advantage. I mean, they have a first-year coach. How would you not feel like the coaching advantage would go to Doug Peterson? But I haven't seen Doug Peterson really take over this team and coach his team the way I have thought that he would thus far. Yeah. A rookie coach beat him last year. I mean, last week. So I'm continuing to try to give this team and try to give Trevor and try to give Doug all this credit, but they haven't shown me anything thus far. But I have to be real with who I think is the better coach in this situation.
I mean, yeah,
and I believe it's Doug. I hope it's Doug. I hope this is the week where he starts to show his leadership and his leadership reflects on the field with his team. But we have not seen it. We have not seen it up until this point. And if we being real, the Jaguars probably should be 0-3. You know, if Gardner Minshew was playing in the fourth quarter of that game, they might be 0-3 because Gardner Minshew probably wouldn't have threw that pick.
Yeah.
Which propelled them to be able to win that game. So they looked really, really bad. Now, the first 2 games of the year, Atlanta looked pretty good.
They did.
They beat Green Bay. I mean, they beat Green Bay at the last second. I believe they beat them by 1. And I forgot who they played in the first game, but they played a bad team in the first game. But still, they started off 2-0, and they lost the Lions game. We know what the Lions are now. The Lions are what we thought the Jaguars would be. So show that you're that team. If you show that you're that team this week, we might be able to take a deep breath. But we haven't seen it. We just have not seen it.
Yeah, the Falcons beat the Panthers and the Packers to get their 2 wins of the season. They're sitting at 2-1. Listen, man, I don't really have much on this culture thing. Doug Peterson, get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done. You're going up against a rookie head coach. Like, you're a Super Bowl winning coach, multi-divisional winning head coach in this league. Get it done.
Get it done.
Like, we shouldn't be having any conversations here. Look, we talked about this last week. Big fans of DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans is cut from a different cloth. You can tell. It's obvious. He's cut from he got those guys believing in Houston. All out what they came down here to the bank.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, I gotta apologize.
Yeah.
I've dogged CJ Stroud out ever since he declared for the draft because I just didn't believe.
Yeah.
But here's the difference. He's playing for a guy who believes in him.
Yep.
And in return, the team believed in CJ Stroud. And then you saw what happened when they were up against a team where they were 8.5 dogs against.
Yeah.
So
it don't matter.
Coaching Doug Peterson and his coaching staff. Hey guys, y'all don't feel like y'all have nothing to prove this week? That's my thing. Do y'all not have nothing that y'all feel like y'all need to prove or establish? I think that they do. The players do. The coaches do. This organization as a whole does. This is a huge game for the Jags. And to me, it's just sad. It's sad that it's a huge game. Let's be real, because I thought we'd be at worst 2-1
at worst
coming into this game, and obviously at best 3-0. So coaching advantage, Doug Peterson, man. Doug Peterson with the coaching advantage. Like, come on, Doug, get it done.
Yeah, get it done. Score prediction, y'all. 24-23 Falcons. I don't think the Jaguars win this game.
Dang.
I don't think the Jaguars win this game. I think this game is close throughout. And I think that the Falcons get the ball last, and they go down, and they score a touchdown and win this game. That's what I believe.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe that they're down by 6 late in the fourth, and they find a way to score a touchdown, and either they stop us or they score and they win this game. And this team goes to 1-3, and going to 1-3 is not what I thought I would be talking about this year. But until they show me that they can win these games, I can't pick them. I can't pick them. I can't see what I'm seeing on this field and continue to lie to myself and say that this team is a dominant team on offense. This team is this and this team. They have not shown me that any this year. They showed me that in the first half of the end of the game. The rest of the year, they've showed me nothing. So I'm picking the Falcons 24-23, man.
Man, my score is kind of similar, but I'm going to go with the Jags 23-20. I'm going to go to Jags 23-20. I think the Falcons are going to be game. This is a nut check for the Jaguars this week. Yeah. The spread on this game is the Jacksonville Jaguars -3. This is the third game out of 4 games that they've been favored to win. 3 out of 4 games this season, they have been favored to win. Even the Chiefs game was the Chiefs +2.5, virtually a pick'em game.
Right.
What are we going to do, Jacksonville? I watched Trevor Lawrence's press conference, all of them. Every last one of them, I watched them this week. Yep. Doug Peterson, every last one of his press conferences, I've watched this week. Yep. So I'm going to continue to roll with the punches. I think Atlanta is good, but they're not a better team than the Jags. On the coaching side, I think it's an advantage, Doug Peterson. Playing in London, I'm going to take that into consideration as well. The Jaguars just know. Some of those guys over there got apartments and townhomes over there because they go over there every year, and now they're there back-to-back weeks in London. I got to think that at some point in time that's going to show on the football field with the Falcons versus the Jags.
Yeah.
Entertaining game. All the kids out there who might be watching the show, probably not many, but if you're watching the show, don't forget the Toy Story version of this game will be on Nickelodeon, all right, or Disney.
No, it's on ESPN. It's on ESPN.
The cartoon version.
It's a. I think you can do it both.
It's on Disney
both on
and
ESPN Plus. It's both of them on ESPN Plus because you can only watch the game on the app anyway.
Right. Well, allegedly.
Well,
but go ahead.
Yeah, you can only watch the game on the ESPN Plus app, and I believe they have it kind of like Amazon has it, where you can do the different things. That's what I believe. But yeah, the kids out there, y'all go out there and watch.
Y'all check it out, man. I know my son's excited to see it. But the Jags have to win this game. If we have to come in here next week with a 1-3 Jacksonville Jaguars team, I can promise you this. The tone on this show will never be the same.
No.
I'm just going to say that. Okay? No. So I'm going Jags 23-20. Entertaining game. Fun game to watch for the average football fan. And I think the Jags can pull it out. You know what? I know the Jags will pull this out late, get to 2-2, and get ready for the Buffalo Bills next week.
Yeah. Well,
all right, Rashad, let's win some cash with the sports decks, my guy. As I previously stated, this game, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a 3-point favorite. The over-under on this game is 42.5 points. The money line is +140 for the Falcons, pretty decent odds. And then the Falcon and the Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously -165 for the win. Rashad, let's start with the point spread. 0.3 point favorites for the Jacksonville Jaguars, +3. You already picked the Falcons outright, but if you're a betting man, what spread do you like? Jags to cover the 3 or the Falcons to take the 3?
Falcons, okay. Definitely.
I figured you were going to say that.
Yeah, Falcons definitely. If the Jaguars do win this game, it'll be flipped. They'll win by 1, but one of these teams is going to win by 1. So the safe bet, the best bet is to pick the Falcons.
Okay, over-under on this game for those who might be afraid of this game, because the betting line is afraid of this game. There's an off-balance percentage on the money being put on the Falcons versus the Jaguars. So the staple will normally be the over-under on the points, which is 42.5 points. Rashad, does this game go over or does this game go under?
I believe it goes over. I believe it goes right over. 42? 42 and a
42 and a
half?
half.
42 and a half. It goes right over. Right over. Both of these teams get in the 20s.
Yeah, so mine is right at my total score was 23-20, so that's 43 points. So a half point is going to make a difference here if you're going to bet on the total points of this game. All right. So if you put a bet in based off the conversations on the show, if you put a bet in and you win you some money, hey, let us know down below in the comments that you watched the weekly matchup show with the Jacksonville Jaguars and you won you some bread. We would love to know that. All right. Yeah. So Rashad, any final thoughts before we close out week 4 of this show?
I hope I'm wrong. That's my final thoughts. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong, man. I think we're going to be talking about another loss, the third loss in a row. And if we talking about the third loss in a row, like you say, D, the tone of this show, the tone of the show on Tuesday, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be the same tone. I just don't see how they can just snap out of this funk. But we will see. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong. I've been wrong virtually all year long. So maybe I'll be wrong this time. But I cannot continue to keep picking this team with what they've been showing me.
I got you, and I hope that I'm right. I hope that I'm right, and I hope you are wrong. We talked about this on the live show that we still believe in this team. We still believe that this team will be okay. But I don't blame you, Rashad. We haven't seen anything other than the first half of the Lions game offensively and defensively. As I'm talking about as a total, like this team totally on every side of the ball. We've seen the Jags defense do their thing. I'm really not concerned about them. I'm not.
Yeah.
But a total package win, we haven't gotten one. Yeah. Offense, defense, special teams. I believe this is the week. Close win for the Jags. And I hope we're 2-2 coming back here next week where we will be talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Buffalo Bills. And that should be something where it could get really interesting because for some strange reason, the Jaguars get up for the best teams in the league.
Always.
But we'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about that next week. All right, everybody on YouTube, thank y'all for watching, man. Thank y'all. Enjoy the game. Have fun. Hopefully the Jaguars can get this win. As always, thank you guys for your support. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more content from us. Like the video. Drop a comment. Let us know how y'all feel. If you want to hit us with an email, the email address is also in the description box. Again, we are from Jacksonville, Florida, born and raised here. We have infinity love for these Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's what this show is dedicated to cover the ins and outs every single week of the games, the NFL games of the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, so I'm your guy, 1/3 of your sportsologist, senior sportsologist, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr.
Yes, sir. And I'm Rashad because we ain't moving no chains right now. Maybe I'll be moving them chains next week. Tune in. We'll see.
Tune in, man. All right, y'all. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe. Y'all take care of yourselves. And we'll see y'all back next week for week 5 against the Buffalo Bills. Appreciate y'all.